Let me tell you something right now. You are not going to get anywhere in life if you keep floating around like a leaf in the wind. You've got dreams, you've got goals. Then it's time to lock in, not sometimes. Not when you feel like it. Not when it's convenient. Every single day you lock in. See, life isn't waiting for you to be ready. Life is moving, and the world doesn't care how many times you hit snooze, how many excuses you've got, or how scared you are. You've got to put your foot down, plant it in the ground, and say, I am committed. I am focused. I am all in. Because when you lock in, everything changes. Opportunities start seeing you. People start taking notice. Doors you didn't even know existed start opening. But let me warn you, locking in isn't about comfort. It's not about ease. It's about discipline. It's about doing what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. You want that promotion, lock in. You want that business to succeed, lock in. You want that body, that mindset, that lifestyle, lock in. Stop dancing with distractions. Stop flirting with mediocrity. Stop giving yourself permission to half-step. Lock in fully and watch your life transform. Here's the truth. Most people never get what they want because they never commit. They say, I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'll start next week, or I'll wait until I feel ready. Guess what? That day doesn't exist. That perfect feeling never comes. Lock in right now. Decide today that nothing, no obstacle, no setback, no fear will make you waver. Lock in on your vision. Lock in on your purpose. Lock in on your destiny. And yes, there will be storms. Life will throw curveballs, setbacks, failures, and heartbreak. But when you're locked in, the storm doesn't shake you. The storm doesn't define you. You stand firm, focused, moving forward, because locking in isn't just about desire. It's about willpower, faith, and relentless persistence. Let me ask you a question. What are you willing to give up to win? Comfort, fun, time with people who don't believe in you, sleep, all of it. That's the price of locking in. And once you pay it, once you make that commitment, life has no choice but to reward you. So stop playing. Stop thinking. Stop planning without action. Lock in. Lock in on your mission. Lock in on your grind. Lock in on your dreams. Lock in on your life. Don't just talk about it. Don't just hope for it. Don't just pray for it. Lock in and make it happen, because the moment you lock in, everything else falls into place. Commit fully, regardless of feelings or circumstances. That is the cornerstone of every success story you've ever heard. Let me be clear, commitment isn't something you feel, it's something you decide. It doesn't wait for you to be in the perfect mood, the perfect situation, or the perfect state of mind. Commitment is a choice you make over and over again. Even when the world around you is chaotic, even when your body is tired, and even when every part of you is screaming to give up. Too many people mistake motivation for commitment. They think, I'll work hard when I feel like it, or I'll start tomorrow when I'm in the right mindset. That's not commitment. Commitment doesn't wait for feelings. It doesn't negotiate with excuses. Commitment is showing up when you don't feel like showing up. It's working while others sleep. It's grinding when everyone else is relaxing. It's doing the work that nobody is watching and nobody is praising you for. When you commit fully, you remove options. You stop leaving doors open for doubt and hesitation. You stop flirting with mediocrity and half-hearted effort. You declare to yourself and the universe that you are all in. This kind of commitment requires you to get uncomfortable. It requires you to push past fear, push past uncertainty, and push past the voices in your head telling you that you can't. You'll wake up some mornings and feel like quitting. You'll face situations that feel impossible. You'll encounter people who doubt you and question your vision. But commitment is what carries you through those moments. Commitment is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And that bridge is built plank by plank, day by day, choice by choice. Most people fail not because they lack talent or resources, but because they lack commitment. They start, they stall, they hesitate, and they quit. They believe that talent alone will carry them to the finish line. Let me tell you something. Talent is nothing without commitment. Talent is wasted potential unless it's paired with a relentless, unwavering decision to go all the way. Commitment doesn't care about talent. It cares about persistence, consistency, and willingness to endure. Some of the most successful people in history didn't have the most talent. They had the most commitment. They were willing to show up, put in the work, and stay the course when no one else would. That's why they won. That's why they succeeded. That's why they left a mark. Commitment also means taking responsibility for your life. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming luck. When you commit fully, you own your actions, your choices, your failures, and your victories. You stop being a passenger and start being the driver. You stop waiting for someone else to give you permission or to hand you an opportunity. You create your own opportunities. You forge your own path. You stop letting excuses dictate your progress and start letting results define your worth. Commitment is accountability. It's saying to yourself, no matter what happens, I am responsible for my success, and I will not quit until I achieve it. Now, I know commitment is scary. I know it can feel like stepping off a cliff without a safety net. Because when you commit fully, you remove the fallback. You remove the comfort of quitting. You remove the cushion of doing things halfway. And that's what makes it so powerful. It forces you to focus. It forces you to work harder. It forces you to rise above distractions and settle for nothing less than your best. Half-hearted effort will never get you the life you want. Sporadic effort will never get you the life you deserve. You must commit fully, and that means every action, every choice, every day aligns with your vision. It means sacrifice, discipline, and persistence. Let's talk about consistency. Commitment is meaningless without it. You can have all the desire in the world, all the dreams, all the motivation. But if you're not consistent, you're not committed. Consistency is showing up, doing the work, and staying aligned with your purpose even when it's hard, even when it's boring, and even when it feels like nothing is happening. People often give up because they don't see immediate results. But commitment is not about instant gratification. Commitment is about long-term vision. It's about understanding that small, persistent actions compound into massive outcomes over time. It's about trusting the process, even when the process tests your patience, your faith, and your endurance. Commitment also requires courage. It takes courage to lock yourself into a goal and refuse to let external circumstances sway you. It takes courage to prioritize your dreams over temporary comfort. It takes courage to face criticism, skepticism, and doubt without letting it derail you. Because when you commit fully, you become a target. People will question you, try to discourage you, and sometimes even ridicule you. But if your commitment is strong enough, those voices don't matter. You're too focused on your own path to be distracted by the noise. You don't need approval. You don't need validation. You just need discipline, persistence, and the decision to stay all in. And here's the beauty of commitment. Once you make it, once you truly lock in, momentum begins to build. When you show up consistently, make sacrifices, and persevere through challenges, opportunities start finding you. Doors start opening that you didn't even know existed. People start respecting you not just for what you've done, but for the dedication and consistency you've shown. Confidence grows because your results reflect your efforts. Commitment breeds results, and results breed more commitment. It's a cycle that propels you forward faster than anything else. Lastly, commitment transforms more than just your goals. It transforms you. The person you become by locking in fully is stronger, wiser, more resilient, and more disciplined than you were before. You learn to handle pressure, overcome fear, and rise above setbacks. You learn that you are capable of more than you ever imagined, and that no obstacle is too great when your mind and actions are fully committed. Commitment shapes your character, defines your work ethic, and cements your place in the life you've always wanted. So remember, to achieve greatness, to reach your potential, to live the life you dream of, you cannot waver, you cannot hesitate, and you cannot half-step. You must commit fully, regardless of feelings or circumstances. You must decide every single day to stay on course. Show up, put in the work, and push past everything that tries to stop you. That's what separates those who dream from those who achieve, those who hope from those who conquer, those who wish from those who win. Ignore distractions and focus relentlessly on your goals. This is where most people stumble. Life is full of noise, full of interruptions, full of shiny objects that pull your attention away from what truly matters. Social media, negative people, endless entertainment, and even your own wandering thoughts, they all conspire to keep you small, to keep you distracted, to keep you from achieving your dreams. If you want to rise above, if you want to reach the level of success that others only talk about, you have to develop the ability to shut everything else out and focus. I'm not talking about casual focus. I'm talking about laser, sharp, unyielding, relentless focus that doesn't let anything shake you. Focus isn't an option, it's a requirement. Without it, your talent, your ambition, your hard work, it all gets scattered, wasted, diluted, and lost. Distractions are everywhere, and they don't just come in obvious forms. They come disguised as opportunities, as friends, as obligations, even as necessary breaks. But here's the truth. Anything that doesn't move you closer to your goals is a distraction. It's eating your time, your energy, and your potential. You've got to be ruthless in identifying what is productive and what is not. That means making tough choices. It means saying no to things that feel good in the moment, but are poisonous to your future. It means putting your dreams above temporary comfort, above approval from others, above entertainment, and above procrastination. Every minute you waste on distractions is a minute stolen from your future. Every moment you allow your focus to wander is a moment someone else is moving ahead while you stand still. Relentless focus also demands clarity. You must know exactly what your goal is, why it matters, and what the end game looks like. Without clarity, focus cannot exist. People often think they are focused, but in reality, they are drifting from one task to another without a roadmap. You've got to define your destination with precision. What is it you are after? What are you willing to sacrifice to get it? What are the non-negotiables? Clarity is the foundation of focus, because once you know where you're going, every decision, every action, every thought can be aligned with that goal. You can evaluate everything in your life through the lens of your purpose. If it doesn't contribute, it doesn't belong. If it distracts, it must be eliminated. Focus isn't easy. The world is designed to fragment your attention, to keep you chasing short-term satisfaction rather than long-term achievement. But here's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. The successful ones don't let the world dictate their attention. They protect it like a treasure. They understand that time is the most valuable resource, that energy is finite, and that the ability to concentrate without distraction is the single greatest competitive advantage in life. You cannot multitask your way to greatness. You cannot split your energy between a dozen half-finished projects and expect meaningful results. Focus is not optional, it is survival. It is the difference between being average and being exceptional. Ignoring distractions also means mastering your environment. Your surroundings either serve your goals or they sabotage them. The people you spend time with, the places you hang out, the media you consume, they all shape your focus. If your environment is noisy, chaotic, or filled with negativity, your focus will suffer. You have to curate your environment intentionally. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and inspire you. Remove influences that pull you down or distract you. Create spaces, routines, and habits that reinforce your commitment to your goals. Protect your focus like a fortress, because once it's compromised, so is everything else. Relentless focus also requires discipline. Distractions are tempting, they are easy, they give immediate gratification. But discipline allows you to say no to those temptations, to push through resistance, to delay pleasure for the sake of long-term gain. Discipline is what keeps you working when you'd rather quit, keeps you learning when you'd rather watch, keeps you grinding when everyone else is resting. Focus without discipline is fleeting, inconsistent, and ultimately ineffective. Discipline is the engine that fuels focus day in and day out, through setbacks, fatigue, and temptation. Without it, focus collapses under pressure. With it, focus becomes unstoppable, unshakable, and life-changing. Another critical aspect of relentless focus is eliminating mental clutter. Your mind is like a computer. It can only process so much at one time. If you fill it with doubts, fears, regrets, and irrelevant thoughts, your ability to concentrate on what matters diminishes. You must train your mind to filter out the unnecessary, to prioritize what matters most, and to channel all your energy toward productive action. Meditation, reflection, planning, and visualization are tools that sharpen mental clarity. Writing down goals, breaking them into actionable steps, and reviewing them daily are strategies that maintain focus even when life gets chaotic. Focus is both a mental skill and a lifestyle. It requires training, attention, and ongoing refinement. Focus also demands resilience. You will face interruptions, setbacks, and failures. People will try to pull you off course. Circumstances will test your resolve. But if your focus is relentless, these obstacles become temporary detours, not permanent roadblocks. Focus allows you to keep your eyes on the prize while navigating the chaos. It allows you to prioritize action over reaction. It allows you to stay committed to your path even when the noise of the world is screaming for your attention elsewhere. Without relentless focus, the world will sweep you along its currents, leaving you lost, frustrated, and stuck. Finally, relentless focus is about results. It's not about how busy you are. It's not about how many tasks you juggle. It's about the impact of your actions, the progress you make, and the goals you achieve. The more focused you are, the faster you move toward your vision. The clearer your focus, the more effective your effort. The more you ignore distractions, the more you create momentum that compounds over time. Focus is the multiplier of success. One person with relentless focus will outperform 10 people who are scattered, distracted, and inconsistent. Focus gives you leverage over life, over competition, and over circumstances that others surrender to without even realizing it. So if you want to live a life of achievement, abundance, and purpose, if you want to rise above the crowd, if you want to turn your dreams into reality, you must ignore distractions and focus relentlessly on your goals. You must protect your attention, sharpen your clarity, strengthen your discipline, cultivate your resilience, and align every action with your vision. Focus is not a habit, it is a commitment. Focus is not a suggestion, it is a necessity. Focus is what separates those who succeed from those who drift, those who achieve from those who wish, those who conquer from those who quit, embrace discipline and persistence as the price of success. This is the truth that no one ever wants to hear, but it's the foundation of every achievement worth having. Success doesn't come from talent alone, it doesn't come from luck, and it doesn't come from waiting for the right moment. Success comes from showing up day after day, putting in the work even when you don't feel like it, and refusing to quit when the challenges pile up. Discipline and persistence are the engines that keep you moving when motivation fades, when excitement wanes, and when the world seems determined to push you off course. Without them, dreams remain dreams, ideas remain ideas, and potential goes untapped. Discipline is about creating structure in your life and sticking to it, no matter what. It's about doing what you're supposed to do, even when it's uncomfortable, inconvenient, or boring. The reality is, most people avoid the hard work because it's hard. They take shortcuts, skip steps, or procrastinate, thinking that something easier will get them the same result. But there are no shortcuts to mastery, no bypasses to growth, no easy routes to greatness. Discipline is what allows you to stick to the process, follow the plan, and remain consistent even when the reward feels distant or invisible. It's waking up early, staying late, reading more, practicing more, sacrificing pleasure for progress, and doing the work nobody else sees. Discipline is the invisible muscle that strengthens you every time you resist temptation, delay gratification, and persist in the face of difficulty. Persistence goes hand in hand with discipline. It's one thing to do the work, but it's another thing to do the work repeatedly, despite setbacks, failures, and obstacles. Life will test you. You will face rejection, criticism, financial struggles, and personal hardships. You will encounter situations that make you question your path, doubt your abilities, and consider giving up. But persistence is the refusal to surrender. Persistence is pushing forward when everyone else quits. Persistence is the stubborn refusal to let failure define you. It's the knowledge that every setback is temporary, every mistake is a lesson, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Persistence is not a choice for the faint of heart. It is the standard for those who are committed to leaving a legacy. Discipline and persistence together create momentum. One day of discipline doesn't make a champion, but repeated days of disciplined action create habits that shape character, build skill, and produce results. One act of persistence in the face of adversity doesn't guarantee success, but repeated acts of perseverance accumulate into resilience, confidence, and unstoppable drive. Success is not linear. It is a product of consistent effort compounded over time. Those who embrace discipline and persistence understand that each small step matters, each action compounds, and each challenge overcome strengthens the foundation for what comes next. Let's talk about resistance. Resistance is everything that stands between you and your goals. It's fear, doubt, procrastination, distraction, and temptation. Resistance is the internal and external forces trying to keep you safe, comfortable, and stagnant. But discipline and persistence are your weapons against resistance. Discipline forces you to take action even when resistance is high. Persistence keeps you moving when resistance seems insurmountable. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never encounter resistance. They are the ones who refuse to let resistance dictate their trajectory. They embrace it, push through it, and let it strengthen their resolve. Resistance becomes a measure of their commitment, a signal that they are on the right path, and a training ground for their resilience. Another aspect of discipline and persistence is accountability. You have to hold yourself responsible for your actions, your choices, and your results. You can't blame luck, circumstances, or other people for setbacks. You must evaluate your own behavior, correct your mistakes, and double down on your effort. Discipline teaches you to maintain this accountability. Persistence ensures that you don't give up when things don't go according to plan. Together, they create a mindset of ownership, responsibility, and self-reliance. You become the driver of your own life, steering steadily toward your goals regardless of storms, obstacles, or setbacks. Discipline and persistence also cultivate patience. Too many people want instant results, instant recognition, instant success. But the truth is, the things worth achieving take time. They require repeated effort, learning, refining, and enduring discomfort. Discipline teaches you to do the work daily, regardless of immediate reward. Persistence teaches you to continue even when progress is slow or invisible. Patience is the companion of both, reminding you that greatness is built, not bought, and that lasting success is the outcome of steadfast effort and unwavering commitment. When you embrace discipline and persistence, you develop resilience. Life will knock you down, but you learn to get back up every time. Every failure becomes a stepping stone, every challenge a lesson, and every setback a motivation to push harder. You discover that discomfort is temporary, pain is fleeting, and sacrifice is the gateway to achievement. The more disciplined you become, the more persistent you are, the more resilient you grow. And resilience, my friend, is the quality that separates those who succeed from those who quit, those who conquer from those who settle, and those who leave a mark from those who fade into mediocrity. Discipline and persistence are not glamorous. They don't bring applause, recognition, or instant validation. They are the unseen, uncelebrated work behind every accomplishment. They require doing the right thing when no one is watching, continuing when it feels pointless, and maintaining standards when the world doesn't care. But those who embrace them understand that this is the price of success. They understand that there is no substitute for hard work, no shortcut around persistence, and no magic formula for achievement. Discipline and persistence are the currency that life demands in exchange for the rewards you seek. Finally, discipline and persistence are transformative. They don't just get you results. They transform you into the kind of person capable of achieving more than you ever imagined. They shape your character, strengthen your will, sharpen your focus, and build confidence. They teach you to trust yourself, to rely on your own effort, and to understand that you are capable of more than you thought possible. By embracing discipline and persistence, you stop waiting for circumstances to change, stop hoping for luck to strike, and start taking control of your destiny with determination and clarity. So if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to reach your full potential, if you want to create the life you dream of, you must embrace discipline and persistence as the price of success. You must commit to showing up every day, doing the work, resisting temptation, overcoming obstacles, learning from failure, and staying the course. Discipline and persistence are not optional. They are non-negotiable. They are the engines that drive progress, the anchors that hold you steady, and the fuel that propels you forward.